Good morning, children. Today I am discussing about the different parts of a cell or different cell organelles of an eukaryotic cell under the chapter 5 of class 9, the fundamental unit of life. Here we discussed about the different parts or different cell organelles of an eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell, plant cell, cell of some unicellular organisms like amoeba, animal cells. Eukaryotic cell features: cell having true nucleus. True nucleus means a nucleus in the cell having nuclear membrane and nucleolus, nuclear pore, chromosomes, nucleoplasm is a fluid in nucleus, etc. Second feature, presence of membrane bound cell organelles like first ribosomes. Ribosomes, the site for protein synthesis. Ribosome is non-membranous structure. Next, mitochondria. Mitochondria, energy generation or powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria have also its own DNA and own ribosomes. Next is chloroplast or plastids or chlorophyll. It is called, chloroplast is called the kitchen of the cell. Chloroplast prepare food through food making process in presence of sunlight, that is called photosynthesis. Fourth, nucleus, also called controlling room of the cell or driver of the cell. Lysosomes, having digestive enzymes, also called suicidal bag of the cell or in scavenger of the cell. It arises from Golgi body or apparatus. Mitochondria and chloroplast are called semi-autonomous structure of the cell because both mitochondria and chloroplast have own DNA and chromosomes, DNA and ribosomes. That is why these two cell organelles, chloroplast and mitochondria, are called semi-autonomous cell structure of the cell. Note: chromosomes, carrier of genetic or hereditary material present in the nucleus. Chromosomes carry characters and transfer characters from one generation to next or from parents to their children. Sixth feature, endoplasmic reticulum, also called transporting channel of the cell. Endoplasmic reticulum, two types. First, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, SER. Endoplasmic reticulum without ribosomes. Second type of endoplasmic reticulum is rough endoplasmic reticulum, RER. Endoplasmic reticulum with ribosomes is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. Second is a Golgi body or Golgi apparatus, also called packaging and dispatching unit of life of the cell. It is a Golgi body is found in animal cell, not in plant cell. In place of Golgi body, dictyosomes are found in plant cells. Eighth term is vacuole. Eighth cell organelle is vacuole. It is a non-living part of the cell. In animal cells, vacuole is either absent or if present, it is very small. in plant cell, it is a very large, it is a single membrane cell organelle. This is the figure of vacuole. This is membrane of vacuole, which is called tonoplast. The material inside the vacuole is called matrix. It is single membrane, outer membrane, single membrane. That is outer in the vacuole, tonoplast. The material inside the vacuole is matrix. Vacuole is also called storage sac of the cell. Next, ribosomes. It is discussed earlier. It is without membrane. Means ribosomes have no membrane. Ribosomes non-membranous structure. Ribosomes site for the protein synthesis. Next, 10th, plasma membrane or cell membrane. It is a double membrane. Plasma membrane is made up of lipid and protein, so it is also called lipoprotein or lipoproteinaceous in nature. It is double membrane. Nuclear membrane is same in structure and in nature like plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is selectively permeable membrane. It does not allow all the particles to go inside the cell and come out from the cell. In animal cell, it is the outermost living part of the cell, but in plant cell, outermost membrane is non-living, that is cellulose. Plasma membrane separate the cell from the surrounding. The function of plasma membrane is exchange of CO2 outside. The function of plasma membrane is exchange of CO2 outside from the cell and O2 inside to the cell, and water both outside and inside of the cell. Now we want to discuss about two important process taking place in the cell: osmosis and diffusion. Diffusion through a permeable membrane is called osmosis. Here, this is a permeable membrane or plasma membrane of the cell. The substance is inside the cell. It diffuses inside the cell from higher concentration to lower concentration. This is diffusion. And the particle of the substance come out from the cell through the permeable membrane. This is called also osmosis. Movement of particles from higher concentration to lower concentration region through permeable membrane is osmosis. Now we can understand the diffusion and osmosis in the following ways. The beaker is filled with water. This is substance. The substance break and spread in the water. That is dispersive medium. This is called diffusion. And in another beaker, in the middle there is a permeable membrane. This part contains water and this part contains solution, sugar solution, which have lower concentration of water, and this side of the permeable membrane contains water in higher concentration. Due to osmosis, water moves into the sugar solution through permeable membrane. This is called osmosis. Diffusion, mixing of substance in dispersive medium, here water from higher concentration region to region of lower concentration. And osmosis, movement or mixing of particles of substance from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration through a permeable membrane. Types of osmosis. Exoosmosis, the movement of water out of the cell. The cell get plasmolized if the cell is placed in a hypertonic solution. This is hypertonic solution. The water content inside the cell is higher concentration, and outside, that is in beaker, water concentration is lower. So water moves outside from the cell and cell get shrinks. This cell is called plasmolysis in hypertonic solution, and this process means shrinking of cell due to going water outside the cell is called plasmolysis. Now the second type of solution is hypotonic solution. It means inside the cell water concentration is lower, outside the cell water concentration is higher. So water moves inside the cell due to difference in concentration gradient. This is called endoosmosis. The plasmolyzed cell get its original cell, that is swells up, and this process is called deplasmolized. Now, second type of osmosis is endoosmosis. Endoosmosis is discussed in earlier in hypotonic solution. Here, when a cell, that is plant cell, is kept in hypotonic solution, the plasmolyzed cell will swell up and get its original shape and size due to endoosmosis. Water concentration inside the cell is lower, whereas water concentration outside the cell, that is in beaker or solution, is higher. So water moves inside the cell. This is called endoosmosis. Endoosmosis takes place in hypotonic solution, whereas exoosmosis takes place in hypertonic solution. Third type of osmosis, that is no osmosis. No osmosis takes place in isotonic solution. Isotonic means the water concentration inside the cell and outside the cell is same. So same in outside and inside of the cell of water concentration. So there is no concentration gradient difference. Solution is isotonic, no osmosis. Remaining different parts of the cell will be discussed in the next video. Now for your home assignment, question number 1 of page number 61, question number 3, 4, 1 of page number 65, question number 8 of page number 67 of NCERT textbook. Now question number 6. Draw a neat level diagram of an eukaryotic cell, eukaryotic nucleus. How is it different from nucleids? 7. How does substances like CO2 and water move in or out of the cell? The last question. Why are lysosomes are known as scavenger of the cell or suicidal bags of the cell? We will meet in next video. Thanks.